Welcome back to Mama Loves Manga, and welcome to day 6. Day 6. You know, I'm celebrating like I've really been doing this for a while, but 6 days in a row? That's a lot for me, because y'all barely get like once a week out of me. Sometimes, usually, it's like twice a month that y'all be getting videos from me. So I am so proud of myself. I hope y'all are enjoying these daily uploads. Don't get too used to it, because after this, I might just disappear for a good month. Anyway, today I am here to do an updated what's on my Kindle, as well as chat a little bit about digital manga and the pros, the cons, why I love digital manga. So let's get into this. First, we'll start off with what's on my Kindle currently. Here's my Kindle. I have a Paperwhite. I don't know which year or which version this is. I do know that it's not the most recent. I've had this for 2 or 3 years now, something like that. So let's turn this on. Oh, by the way, I have a pop socket on here. Someone on Twitter mentioned doing this and my mind was blown. So I went ahead and I did this because that is, it's the best decision I've ever made. I love it. Swipe to unlock the Kindle, and this is the page that you see first. I'm gonna go to my library and show y'all what's on here. So I have Black Torch. I've already read the first volume of this, and recently there was a sale on the digital versions of this, so I grabbed it. Here I have my folder of first volumes. I guess I should explain that on my Kindle I have the option of putting things into collections, which I really like because I think it makes things a lot more organized for me. It makes it a lot easier for me to find things. And I also want to add that I do not keep everything downloaded on my Kindle because I don't have quite enough space. I would like to upgrade to a Kindle with a lot more space so that I can keep more manga on there at a time. Yeah, but for now this is what I have and I'm not mad at it. So Black Torch 1 through 5. Here are all my first volumes, and I will open that in a little bit. Love Massage. This, I don't have them downloaded, but I believe there are 4 volumes in this. Yep, 4 volumes in this, and I'm pretty sure it's still ongoing right now. Love Massage is one that I will be talking about in a Thirsty Thursday at some point. So anyway, I have Perfect World, all of the volumes, 1 through, I believe, 9. It was recently announced that this series will be getting a physical printing. I'm very excited about that. I will be buying it and supporting it. I loved this series, and I would love to have it on my shelves. All right, next I have Horimiya. This is one that I started reading this a while ago, and I got relatively far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I made it to volume 7 and I stopped, and I'm not really sure why. I do want to continue with this one because I thought it was a cute little high school rom-com. Next, I have Full-Time Wife Escapist. This is one of my favorite romance series, and I don't talk about this enough. I think one of the biggest reasons I don't talk about this one a lot is because I know a lot of people are not a huge fan of reading digitally, and so it's hard to talk about something that a lot of people aren't going to read. But if you are totally fine with reading digital manga, I highly recommend this series. Moving on, I have Sugar Princess, volumes 1 and 2. This, I think, was on sale, and I grabbed it. Y'all, I'm telling you, when digital manga is on sale, that's the best time to snatch it up, because it's usually like 30, 40, sometimes 50% off, and that's just such a crazy deal. This is a series I have called Lily Marble. It's a Yuri series. I have the first 3 volumes. Each volume is very short, so I wouldn't necessarily consider them a volume. It's more like chapters, in my opinion, and it's relatively inexpensive. I think like $2 or $3 per chapter, and it's very interesting. I will do a manga chat about this one once I'm finished with it. Although I do think I have a first impressions of this on my Instagram, so yeah. Alright, next up, Crocodile Baron. This is a 3-volume series. I only have 2 and 3 downloaded because I've already read the first volume. And this is a really cute foodie manga with anthropomorphic animals. I do have a first impressions of this, and when I'm finished I will do a full manga chat. Here I have Komomo Confessory, I think that's how you say it. It has 5 volumes. Have not started reading this one yet. Well, technically it looks like I have, but I just opened it because I was curious, but I haven't actually read this. And I think this is about a girl who wants to be a pastry chef or something like that. Can't remember. And that's not really what this video is about. I'm just showing you what's on my Kindle. And yeah. I have the Magnificent Grand Scene. I have up to volume 7. I do have a semi first impressions video of this. This is a ballet sports manga, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm a little bit biased, but I think it's great. Here I have Yuri Wall. This is another Yuri series. I went ahead and bought all of them, but I have not read all of them. These are also separated into chapters rather than actual volumes. Ooh, I have to sneeze. The general premise of this story is there's this guy who is obsessed with Yuri. He ends up getting hit by a car or something and is reincarnated as a wall in an apartment that is typically inhabited by women who love women. I know that premise is extremely ridiculous, but I'm enjoying it. I've only read the first chapter or the first mini volume and I liked it, so I went ahead and bought the rest of them. So next up we have Art, whatever. This is an ongoing series, and so far I have the first 2 volumes. Have not started reading this one yet. I plan to soon. I don't remember the premise, but I do remember that when I read the synopsis for the first volume, I was very intrigued and decided to go ahead and try it out. So it's here. And last but not least, I have Sweet Rain on here. I really liked this series. This is one that obviously I have read. It's a short 3-volume series. It's very cute, very Christmassy. It's about a young woman, a teenage girl, who finds out that she is a Santa, and being a Santa means that you also have a reindeer, and this boy ends up being her reindeer, and they are drawn together, they're tied together, they have to do all of these Santa Christmas things together, and of course there's romance involved, and it's super sweet, super cute, super late 90s, early 2000s, and y'all know by now that I am trash for late 90s, early 2000s romance. I think it's the nostalgia, because that's when I started reading manga. Well, does 2006 count? Yeah, that's anything before 2010, right? Counts as early 2000s. Okay, so let's look at this right here, the first volumes folder. So I have Laid Back Camp, which I have already read and I really enjoyed. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to collect the physical copies or continue reading it on my Kindle. I think I might do the physical because I do like the art a lot, and I tend to love slice of life type stories that are centered around a certain like activity, whether it's camping or cooking or, you know, things like that. That's really right up my alley, and those are the types of stories that I'm more likely to reread, so I might do this physically. Here I have the first volume of Full Moon. I can't remember how to pronounce the other part. Sagashite? Yeah, I think. Anyways, Full Moon. I have this because I am doing a little video, a little collaboration with my friend Danny soon. I just need to sit down and read this. Next, I have Volume 1. Oh no, I didn't mean to open it. Haven't you heard? I'm Sakamoto. I've watched some of the anime and I found it absolutely hilarious. So I decided that I wanted to read the manga. Here I have The Wizard and His Fairy. I did read a little bit of this just to see whether or not I wanted to keep reading it, and I'm intrigued, so it's there. Here I have Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season. I have a first impression on this one on IGTV. Check it out if you're curious about my thoughts, but I did love this. Here I have a very recent release, Koto Noha, I think. It says it like way up there, it's hard to see it. But, oh, hey, okay, so I clearly bought this because it's Yuri. Moving on, I have Volume 1 of 1122 for a Happy Marriage. This is a recent release. If I'm not mistaken, it's about a man who's a cheater and a wife who maybe doesn't care. I don't know what it's about, but I'm gonna read it and find out. Here I have The Drops of God. This is a Kindle Unlimited / Comixology freebie. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read quite a bit of manga very cheap or free. I actually think the whole series can be read basically for free if you have Comixology or Kindle Unlimited. At least for a while it was. Hopefully I didn't miss that. Here I have Hotaru's Way. This is one that I picked up because I think it's geared toward older women, and y'all know I love me some josei targeted manga. Here I have a light novel that I've been wanting to read because my friend G has talked about it. I've seen a lot of other people talking about it as well. This is Sexiled. The people that I've seen giving this positive reviews have largely been women, and the people that I've seen that have issues with it have largely been men, and that does not surprise me. So here I have I Won't Stop This Time. I don't remember anything about this. Clearly I read it, but I don't remember any details. Here I have Kakafukaka, which, as someone who speaks a little Spanish, when I hear the word caca, oh no, stop opening things on accident, girl. Here is Basara Volume 1, and then over here I have How to Treat a Lady Knight Right. Honestly, I saw her abs and I was like, I want to read this. Here I have Volume 1 of Again. I have been eyeing this for a while and thought it would be a fun read. Down here I have Sweetness and Lightning. Another one that I had been eyeing, but I had kind of been avoiding because I was afraid of a potential age gap relationship. But Shay from Shay Geeks Out, she's read the whole series, and I feel like I would be comfortable reading this. And I love foodie manga and I love slice of life manga, so I figured I'd go ahead, give the first volume a try. Moving on, I have What a Wonderful World by Inio Asano. Clearly I have been reading this. I'm enjoying it, but it's not like an easy read. Here I have Memoirs of Amorous Gentleman by Moyoko Ano. This was a very interesting read. It says book 1 or volume 1, but I'm not really sure if it's a one-shot or not because I can't find any more. And I'm sorry that this keeps shaking, but I'm holding it and moving and I should stop. Last but not least, I have volume 1 of Age 31 First Boyfriend. This is another one of those sort of self-published type romance series, and I haven't really, I don't remember anything from this either. I clearly read it, don't remember. So it does say right here that there are 3 more items in the cloud. One of them is Monster Tamer Girls. I liked this first volume, but I don't care enough to keep reading. Saint Young Men, I loved it. The only reason I took it off of here is because the first volume, the first physical volume, is releasing soon, and I know I'm collecting these physically, so I don't need it on my Kindle taking up space. And then finally I have Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I enjoyed this one, but I just never was motivated to keep reading it, although I could change my mind. I forgot a whole lot of manga that was sitting on my cloud. I have Dawn of the Arcana volumes what is it? 2, 3, and 4. I used to own the first volume physically. I enjoyed it, but then I decided that I didn't love it enough to keep collecting it physically. So I started to read it digitally, and then I kind of forgot about it. I think it's complete now. So I would like to get back into that one and see how I feel about it. I don't think that I'm going to turn around and buy the physical ones though, because it was fine. At least the what I've read so far was fine, but not enough for me to want to reread it in the future. I also have the Ancient Magus's Bride, volumes 1 through 3. I enjoyed what I read, but for whatever reason I stopped reading it. I'm not really sure why, y'all. I get distracted. Next, I have Your Lie in April, which I have read this entire series. I read the first one on Comixology. I used a free trial for that to read the first one and ended up loving it so much that I decided to go ahead and buy the rest to read on my Kindle. I loved this series so much. I've seen the anime as well. Love it. Love it. It's great. I cried. It's so good. Here I have a folder for some one-shots that I have on here. Wanted. This was awful. I hated it. 29-year-old in the service industry. This was cute. This was about a young woman who had been a housewife for a while, and then she ended up I think she ended up needing to get a job, and she hadn't worked in a long time, so it's her getting used to working, but then also working in the service industry as a waitress. It's very cute. I enjoyed it. I would read that again. Here I have Tessero by Natsume Ono. I really enjoyed this one-shot anthology, and I'm pretty sure G is a really big fan of Natsume Ono, and so I trust her, and I would like to read more. Here I have Will I Be Single Forever? This is by Mari Okazaki. I also enjoyed this and would like to read more by this mangaka. And finally I have The Bride Was a Boy. This is about a trans woman and a little bit about her life and her transition and what it's like to transition in Japan. Thought it was very cute and very informative. Here I have Doujinshi Smut. So here's all of it. The Wild Beast in His Suit. I don't remember what this one's about. The thing that I've noticed about a lot of these smutty doujinshi that I find on Amazon for very cheap or free is that they're not that memorable outside of like the scenes, and it's only interesting in the moment. Like, I don't find myself thinking about these stories later on. It's just, I don't know, they're just okay. They're fun if you want to get back into the swing of reading, or you just want something kind of spicy, and quick to read. It's great for that, but they aren't necessarily mind-blowing. I've mentioned this. I won't stop this time. Only 0.01 millimeters between my boss and me. I did a Thirsty Thursday on that one. It's hilarious, but some of the scenes are quite nice. Finger Techniques of the Sexy Beast. Don't Tease Me. This is one, I didn't hate it. This is about a man who used to be a famous pianist, and then I think some things happen. He ends up either running away or he's down on his luck. I don't know, but he ends up meeting a girl and they end up doing it a lot. Really, honestly, like I said, not that memorable. And then here I have A Childhood Friend Doesn't Hold Back. Again, don't remember the plot. Actually, I think that one was relatively tame, and that was also disappointing. And finally, I have My House Servant is Naughty and Cocky with Secrets. Not even finally, there's one more, but this one was also just, okay, I don't remember anything about it. Here, I Want to Back You into a Corner. That title is sexy as hell, but I have nothing to say about this because I don't remember. Okay, so here I have Nana. I have the entire available series up to volume 21, I believe. And I have not read all of this. Recently, my friend Lita sent me the first physical volume of Nana in a manga swap box. So now I'm kind of deciding whether or not I want to keep reading it on my Kindle, or do I want to start collecting it and reading it that way. I think I'm just going to read it on my Kindle since I own it, and then slowly collect the physical volumes. Although I'm sure at some point Nana is going to get some sort of anniversary collector's edition, so I may just wait and see if that happens. As I was editing this video, I realized that it is hella long, and the longest I'm willing to subject y'all to is 20 minutes. This was well beyond that. So I'm going to split it into 2 parts. So y'all will just have to wait until tomorrow to hear my thoughts about my Kindle and collecting manga digitally in general. On that note, I'm gonna go sit down and read your manga. Bye.